Welcome back. Today is day 7 of me creating and uploading YouTube videos every day for 30 days to kick off my content creator adventure in my 40s. You guys, we made it to day 7, a whole week. That makes me so happy. Thank you for being here. If you're new here, I'm just really trying to find my voice during these first 30 days. And I've been talking about a few different things. So far, been a lot of chat about self-discovery and transformation in your 40s, getting out of your comfort zone, moving past your fears. And today, I want to share with you all my passion for women's hormonal and reproductive health. If I'm being honest today, I am in the PMS slump. I did not wake up feeling like doing anything or very excited about life in general, as you do when you're PMSing, right? So that's what prompted today's topic. I started getting into this, I want to say 2020. I took a course about menstrual health and cyclical living, which obviously I was familiar with having a period, but I didn't know anything about cyclical living. And that's really just like moving with your natural cycles. And that can apply to your menstrual cycle, the lunar cycle, the seasons. But this was specifically in regard to your menstrual cycle. I learned so much in this course, and it really just broke down each phase of your cycle. Prior to that, I didn't even know that there were different phases of your menstrual cycle. And when I ended it, I was so happy to have learned this stuff. I wanted to continue learning, and I was also outraged. I was outraged that I was almost 40 and just learning these things about my body, about myself. And that outrage is honestly, I think, what fuels my passion for this. I spent so much of my life feeling like I was lazy, just inconsistent, undisciplined, like couldn't follow through. And like it really fucked with my self trust. And finding these things out and finding out why they were happening and that these things that I thought about myself were in fact not true actually really changed my life. Um, Like, we're taught, obviously, that we have a period, how to deal with it, um, but we're really kinda just taught that, yeah, it sucks, but it's just something that women have to deal with, and that's actually not the case. Like, just because something is common doesn't mean that it's normal, and that's how I feel like this has been approached, and honestly, I think like, statistically, I think about 50% of the population are women. So, not all, but most of us go through puberty, start our periods, have our periods for help, into any usually, I guess, to like our 40s, 50s, 60s, and we go through menopause. So, it is wild to me that nobody knows how to make it not suck so much. And it's because people don't care about women and people don't care about women's health. A lot of these things are still just a mystery because a lot of the studies and scientific research that's been done is not focused on women. It's either based on all men or um, not enough women at different stages in their life. And that's just how the world is run. We live in a patriarchal society, so um, things are not really run on a 28-day cycle. that women have. It's actually run more so on a 24-hour schedule or cycle, which is what men do have hormonally. I never knew hormones played into all of this to the extent that they do, but they literally control everything. And even, we're encouraged to get pap smears regularly for our reproductive health and prevention. But not once has any gynecologist ever referenced my hormonal health in any checkups that I've had. And I think I get so angry when I think about the fact that if when I started, or even before I started my period, that I had been taught about hormonal health, how to maintain hormonal health, um, how to detect when your hormones are not balanced, um, like just learn to care for my hormones, how different my life would be. Um, I probably I'm assuming that if we were taught how to maintain our hormonal balance throughout our lives, that we probably wouldn't suffer so much when it comes time to enter the perimenopause phase, which is right before menopause, lead or not right before, it could be several years, but leading up to menopause. Um, like, would we be suffering so much through this? Probably not, because it all goes back to the hormones. So, I've just been learning more about it, learning how I can apply things in my life. One, to try to rebalance my hormones and keep them balanced, but also trying to lean in how I can apply cyclical living to my day-to-day life, um, to make my life easier. Because, yeah, like, who wants to do anything productive when they feel like crap, right? So, one, I'm trying to figure out how to not feel like crap, and also how to honor the different phases of my cycle. Some small things that I've been implementing are trying to line up my movement, excuse me, and my food with whichever particular cycle I'm in. There are different types of foods that support your hormones based on the cycle, the phase of your cycle that you're in. And the same with movement. For instance, like, I typically do not do any like high intensity workouts or activities in general when I'm on my period, because that does not support that phase. Really, rest is what you need during that time. And something I've started doing recently is I've been using AI to help analyze my cycle and my energy patterns, and creating a schedule based on my energy levels at different parts of my cycle. So I'm not going to go too much into it because I'm still in experimentation phase. But right now, what I'm experimenting with, I've been doing this for about a month, is scheduling my life in 3 10-day cycles versus weekly or monthly. And that each 10-day cycle is based on my energy levels throughout the 4 phases of my period. The reason there's not 4 cycles in my schedule is because I tend to have um, about the same amount of energy during my follicular and my ovulation phase, which are the 2 cycles that occur after your period. So I kind of combine those into one. So, so far, it's been going well. It needs some tightening up. And I'm just collecting data so that I can continue to refine that. And right now, I'm working on matching up the different tasks and projects that I'm working on that are better to focus on during each different energetic cycle, I guess you could say. I hope that makes sense. So, um, if you are wanting to start looking into this for yourself, I recommend checking out this book. It's called Do Less by Kate Northrup. I will put that in the description so you can find it. I also have a few other books. If you're new to cyclical living, I would recommend starting with that book, Do Less. Some other books that I've been enjoying and have found really helpful are these are both by Alissa Vitti, WomanCode, um, and In the Flow. This one is like my Bible. And a new book I've not read it. I've just browsed around a little bit. It's called Hormonal Intelligence by Dr. Aviva Romm. I'll also put these in the description. Um, I have, like I said, I haven't read this last one yet, but it has all kinds of protocols for perimenopause, for fibroids, for PMDD, for endometriosis, that deal with um, like different things that you can do to help yourself through that and to just improve your hormonal health overall. So I hope you check this out. If you have any questions, let me know. And I guess, like, comment, subscribe, share. If you're into any of the things I've been talking about so far, yeah. We'd love to have you here and continue building this community. So if you want to connect on Instagram also, you can find me at Spark Your Muse. I'll put that in the description, and I will see you tomorrow.